My name's Alyssa, and this is my channel. So, the sun's kind of coming down. It's getting kind of dark in here. I asked you guys on my Facebook what I should talk about because I didn't have anything to talk about. Well, actually, I have lots of stuff to talk about. Everything that you guys said for me to talk about was something that I was like, oh yeah, that's something I should talk about. So that's good. I hope that whatever I choose right now is something that will make you all happy. Okay, I'm going to talk about cusps, because cusps are something that everyone has this big thing with. I kind of mentioned in one video, but I guess I didn't call it the cusp video. It was more me just like speculating on shit, and I didn't really explain it that well anyway. To a lot of people, there's no such thing as cusps, and what they mean by that is that they don't like the word cusp, because people are just such fucking cocky assholes about cusps. They're like, either there are cusps or they're not. What I think is, it's whether or not you choose to use the word, because ultimately there's a cusp. It's not one day you're an Aquarius and if you were born the next way you're just all of a sudden a Pisces. This is what a cusp is. It's ultimately a few days before or after the start of a new sun sign, and where the sun goes into the new sign. So, if you are a cusp, have no fear. Your life is not incomplete. You happen to just be teeter-tottering on your sun sign. That's actually not really a bad thing. I don't understand why you would be so all about the cusp when you gotta know that your sun sign is not the most important thing in the entire world. If it was, the cusp would be this huge thing that'd be like, oh my god, you're on a cusp? Holy crap! You're not a Libra? You're not a Virgo? What are you? Are you a Verbra? I don't even know. I'm so confused for you. But, as we should know, you have a chart. And that chart consists of everything. So, you're already a cusp even if you're not. So, enjoy that little information. Another really great little piece of information is that you are a form of a cusp even if you're not born on the cusp. And this is because your sun is going to fall into different areas of the sign that it's in. Take, for instance, me. I am an October 2nd Libra. Am I exactly the same as an October 15th Libra? No, we can be vastly different. One, we're going to be vastly different because our chart is vastly different. Two, we're going to be vastly different because we're in different decans of Libra. I am in the first decan. In October 15th, 16th, they're going to be in the third decan. This basically means that we are all not fully what our sun sign says we are. You can read about this in books. You can find out what your decan is. Also, in your chart, the degrees of your planets in which they fall into the sign matter, because it kind of matters on where they fall in the decan of that sign. So, your sun falls in Libra in the first decan. Maybe your Mars falls in Aries in the second decan. Maybe your Saturn falls in Capricorn on the cusp of Aquarius. So you're saying just because you're a cusp, all of a sudden you have no fucking clue who you are? Dude, nobody knows. Astrology is so vast. That's why being on a cusp, at least you got a heads up. You should be happy about being born on a cusp. This is what I say to you, you cusper people. You are somewhere between the third decan and the first decan of the next sign. This is a cusp. Each decan is ruled by a different sign. So say if you are in the first decan of Cancer, you are going to be ruled by Cancer in Cancer. If you're in the second decan of Cancer, you're going to be ruled by Scorpio in Cancer. If you are on the third decan of Cancer, you're going to be ruled by Pisces in Cancer. Now this is very important to know the order of all the signs, because it starts at Aries and it ends at Pisces. So if you're in Aries and you're in the first decan, you're ruled by Aries. If you're in the second decan, it's Leo. third decan of Aries is Sagittarius. It goes in order of how the signs go in order on your chart, or in the seasons in the world. Aries is number 1. If this doesn't make sense, maybe you should write it down. You're a Capricorn. The first decan is Capricorn. The second decan will be Taurus. The third decan will be Virgo. It goes in order. I'm not going to explain that anymore to you if you don't know the order of the signs. Figure that out first before you try complaining that you're a cusp. Just know that it doesn't matter that you're a cusp. If I'm a Libra and a Libra, then I'm fucking lucky. But say you're a Libra on the third decan, then you're a Libra Gemini. Oh my gosh, are you a Libra and Gemini? You're on the cusp of Libra and Gemini? That doesn't even make sense. Let's just say this. You're a Libra, and you have Gemini influences. You're more theatrical. You're going to be more of a talker. You're going to be more of a communicator. You're going to be maybe a little bit more superficial. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I do know. I'm not going to go into that right now. It doesn't matter if you're a cusp or born in the middle of a sign, you still are going to have different influences. So that is why I think people are just so adamant about being like, there's no such thing as cusps. Get over it. My rising sign is on the third decan of Pisces. Some people can look at me and they're like, oh, you're a Pisces rising. You must be on the third decan. They can just figure that out. How can they figure that out? Because they just know about each one. Your rising is so upfront about you, that's what they can see. And so some people can just see what decan on your face of your rising, if that makes any sense. Apollo, come here. That's why some compatibility with certain signs are going to be different than others, where you might not say that a Libra 1 and a Scorpio 1 are that good together romantically, because a Libra 1 and a Scorpio 1 are super, super Libra, super, super Scorpio, and they're right next to each other, and we know that doesn't mix. But let's say that it's like, I don't know, say you're a Scorpio 2 and like a Libra 3, so you're a Scorpio with influences of Pisces, and you're falling in love with a Libra who is influenced by Gemini. And then it's like, that kind of makes sense, because Gemini and Pisces are mutable, and they like each other a lot. If you didn't know that, Geminis and Pisces seem to really like each other. I just think they're disastrous. Before you just start thinking about how you're on a cusp and it just sucks being on a cusp, just remember that everybody's on a cusp. Everybody's different. Everybody's got so much more than just being a straight Libra. You need to look into your chart. If you don't know how to do that, go to astro.com, cafeastrology.com. You can put in your birth chart or your natal chart. Just Google search natal chart, but I like astro.com the best. Put in your information. You need to know the exact time you were born. If you don't know the exact time you were born, it doesn't really help, because then you don't know the houses and all that, but you will get the signs down. So then you can look and you can see that each one of the planets that is influencing you is in a different sort of part on the sign. All of that is what makes you. I do think that they're a cusp, because say my dad's an Aquarius Pisces cusp. I'm going to call him a Pisces because he was definitely born on the 19th of February, which is Pisces in Western astrology. But I will definitely say it picks up some Aquarius traits. But Aquarius in the third decan, blending in to Pisces in the first decan, it all starts making sense. You're not just black and white here, people. We are all gray. And everybody, no matter what day they were born, it's important to know that day. And if you really want to get into astrology, you can start figuring out people based on their day and then their chart, and then you just be like this crazy person. The book, The Secret Language of Birthdays, is really good. That's a really good book. We'll go into each one of those things. If you want to check out a book, that would be good for that. Anyway, that's my story on cusp, and that is why I won't do a compatibility of cusp, because then I'd have to do a compatibility of every decan. I'm not going to talk about what I hate or what I love about each cusp, because I'm not going to do that for every different part of every different sign. I would have to start and just do every single day of the zodiac. Yeah. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Love you, bye.